And here it is, one of the NFL's truly iconic stadiums, and the oldest one still in use. It's Soldier Field in Chicago. Coming up, a contest that looks real good on paper between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys. Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And here we go from Chicago. On the return, here's Jalen Tolbert. Making some progress here. And not a bad place for them to start. Up past the... yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10.
Yeah! Here we go. Wide eight. We're going to 54. Wide eight. Wide eight.
Now running here with Jaden Blue. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Stop that time by Jamel Dean.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4.
Everybody. Wide eight. Here we go, 46. Kill. 47. Hey, 47. What do you think?
Dak to the air here. This one will not connect. That's incomplete. They are testing this coverage on the opening drive, but it's holding up so far. Third down.
I don't think there's any question about it. You could see right from the jump here, the point of emphasis with this coaching staff. Be active with your hands, not just one guy. All these guys are flying around and so actively, aggressively, looking for that impact play.
Hey, kill! 47! Everybody, kill! Hey, kill! 26!
Prescott now to throw on third down. He's got it. It's complete to Pickett. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. A gain of 15 there. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, going to 53. 26.
First down, here's Dak. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation could create the big play down the field.
Shotgun snap, a give to Blue. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Hassan Reddick cleaning up that play.
Reddick in on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
Kill!
At the 21-yard line.
Prescott, a quick throw, complete. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Solid opening drive so far, Brock. Few chances to cap it here. This is first and goal.
Here we go, 48. Here we go, 47. 26.
Blue gets the handoff. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Ball placed at the 7. It's second and goal.
Yeah! Here we go, 48. Hey, kill! Here we go, going to 54, 180. Here we go, 46. Here we go, going to 54, 180. 26.
Prescott here from the gun. Caught just shy of the goal line. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys finish up an excellent opening series. Well, no hesitations to start this one out, Brock. These guys came out slinging it. Seems like that's going to be what their offense leans on throughout this game.
Yep, don't see really any reason to get away from it as long as the results keep coming. The second drive, I think we'll all be watching that one. Will they mix in a little bit more run? Will they have to mix in more run, or could they continue to just shred this defense through the air?
Buccaneers, nothing. Brandon Aubrey, the kickoff for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Cameron Johnson. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Set. Up, stop. 180. Stop.
Drive begins with a run by Irving. And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
One play in, and they are already close to midfield. First down, here's Baker. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Try getting it to Emeka Egbuka. So that brings up second down.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10.
Set. 180.
Throwing again is Baker. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was how is he going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical. And that will plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, he better be ready for some contact.
Hey, 33. 180. Kings. Run. That's it.
Third down, here's Mayfield. Look at all this time. And they'll get there and stop him at the line. So while they're in the huddle, partner, we've arrived at the end of our first quarter. 7-0 is our score. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. So here we go. This is that aggressive mindset they've been talking about. They're going for it here.
Regular, 180. What's that?
Trying on 4th down. Here's Mayfield. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Yeah, here we go. I think. 180. Hey, count. 47. Here we go, 46. Here we go, count. 26.
Throwing on first is Prescott. Pass is caught by Blue. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
We've set it downs from 37.
Yeah! There we go, 180. There we go, going to 53. Here we go, going to 54, 180. 47. 26.
Prescott on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Yeah, hey, kill. Wide eight. We're going to 54. Wide eight.
Up the middle, Blue. It's on the turf, the ball's out, he lost it. And the Buccaneers scoop it up. And no return after that recovery. They do get the fumble, but they're going to have it deep on their own side.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is at a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
Bucks to the line. First and 10. The give to Irving to start this drive. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Gave away a couple on the first down run. Now it's going to be 2nd and 12. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. They're down to their final one in this half. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Mayfield now off the play action. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way. And that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
Woo! I am not sure how we didn't see a safety right there. Oh, my gosh. I don't think I'm the only one nervous in the building because that QB kept going back and back. It was heading right for disaster, but saved himself just a couple yards short.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. Mayfield from his end zone. Look at that power, deep left side. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And it's picked off by Triquez Bridges. And the Cowboys will get it back with some time to work with. We've reached the 2-minute warning. Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10. On the give, it's Blue. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Here we go. I take wide eight. We're going to 54. Wide eight. Then we're going to 53. What do you think?
Give on 2nd here to Blue. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. All right, hey. Here we go, go to 54, go to 54. Wide eight. There we go, going to 53. Here we go, 46. 26.
Dak now from the gun. This one's caught. And in he goes for the Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys grow their lead just before halftime. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Cowboys double their lead to 14. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Johnson with a return here. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Alert, alert. Wide eight. Watch out.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second.
Baker now from the gun.
At the 30-yard line.
He beams one deep right side. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Check. 180. Stop.
From the gun, Mayfield. This one falls incomplete.
In real estate, Kate, it's location, location, location. In football, it's rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. And you don't get 3rd down conversions, you get no rhythm.
On 4th down and 5, the offense staying out there. Here we go, it's Mayfield. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on 4th down. And now it puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on 4th.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Yeah. There we go. Wide eight. 47. 26.
From the gun is Prescott. Couple defenders there, and they're going to intercept it. And the Buccaneers get the football just short of their 20 after the interception and return.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. DeRon Bland has it.
This is one of those moments, Kate, as a quarterback, when you're jogging off the field, no, I'm not even going to look at my defense. They gave me the ball, and all I did was give it right back to that other offense.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Yeah. There we go. Here we go, 47. Then we're going to 53. Hey, kill! 47.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Working quickly here.
A loss of 12
Hey,
yards.
kill!
It's second down.
Here we go, kill! Here we go, 46.
One final shot before the half. A massive shot towards the end zone. And oh, he got it. Interception. And the Buccaneers intercept the final throw for the end zone, and that is how our first half's going to end. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
Brendan Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Johnson now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
At their own 23-yard line.
Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. Mayfield on 1st and 10. Dumped off to his running back. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Working quickly here.
Hey, we're 33.
Brings up second and a yard at the 32-yard line.
What's that?
This is Irving on second. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
So first down from the 41.
Stop.
Right back to Irving now. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Play brought to an end by Logan Wilson.
Humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front seven.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4.
What's that?
Once again, Irving locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Wrapped up on that play by Big Quinnen Williams.
Just shy of midfield. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up third down.
Third down, give to Irving. And ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up 4th down.
Logan Wilson on
Moving quickly, trying to get set.
a gain of a yard. It's now 4th down.
Hurry! Regular! What's that?
Mayfield to throw for it. Oh no, they get him yet again. Marquise Bell making the play.
Mayfield's pass intercepted. It's a turnover on downs.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
Yeah! There we go, boy! Hey, kill! 26.
They'll start the drive with blue. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
He was brought down by
Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Yeah! There we go! Hey, 47! Here we go, 47!
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. He's throwing deep to the left side. Has it down close. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys push their lead further to start the half.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid, let him run.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys stretch their lead to 21.
Buccaneers, nothing. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Johnson with a return here. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Bucks to the line. First and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. That's complete, Mike Evans. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they've got a little extra distance now to make up here on second down.
That was a situation where I think the previous drive, really affected decision-making there. Coming off a pick, he wasn't about to challenge the coverage. Instead, well, he just took his medicine.
After the sack, let's see what the offense does here. Second and 18 coming up. Mayfield now from the gun. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Mecca Egbuka, the intended target. And things look tougher now with third and long.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
He throws a bullet to this big gain downfield. And he has this down to the 34. Third and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the first.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Baker throwing again. Complete to his man, Sterling Shepard. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Bringing the offense up to the line. First and 10.
Hey, alert 33.
Here's the give to Irving. Running in the red zone. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
Offense there, Kate, went heavy with that 13 personnel. 1 back, 3 tight ends, and those 3 added blockers. Just the element they needed to spring that run.
Breaking the huddle. Here's first and goal. You just get the play off. Chased out to his right. And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end of the third quarter. We'll see them tackle second and goal after the break. It's the Bucs who are going to have the football. This game has been an absolute nightmare for them. So after the incomplete pass, here comes second and goal.
Point it right.
Man in motion here. Mayfield to throw. Oh, he's got it. It's in close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Hey, alert 33. What's up?
Mayfield now on third and goal. And he finds him in the end zone for the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers get it back to within 2 possessions. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned. That's 6 in the end.
Buccaneers 7. Chase McLaughlin to kick off.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And this won't have the juice to reach the landing zone, so some great field position coming up for this offense at the 40-yard line.
Yes! There we go. Boy, hey. Then we're going to 53. Hey, count! 47. 26.
First down, here's Dak. This one's reeled in downfield by Ferguson. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30.
Hey, 47. Then we're going to 53. Hey, count! Here we go, 46. 26.
Prescott on first and 10. Coming near the goal line. And in he goes for the Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys have likely locked up the win right there.
Every touchdown's got its own story, but for me, Kate, that one's all about courage. Courage of that receiver to run all the way across the field. Courage of the quarterback to know it's going to take a little extra time. That courage paid dividends for 6.
Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys stretch their lead to 21.
Buccaneers 7. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Johnson now on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's first and 10. Handoff headed right. Irving. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Tackle made at the 24-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
Baker now off to play fake. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. First down, here's Baker. Completed over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Irving here from the gun. And he will not get the first, but oh, this is close. Looks like they're going to have about a yard at most to gain after he picked up 3. Third down.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
Shotgun handoff to Irving. And what a play. They never gave him a shot to get that single yard. He's going to lose some yardage. 4th down coming up.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push, and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
Desperation time here on 4th. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
Hey, I get it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Kill. Here we go, 47. Hey, 47. Here we go, 47. 26.
Throwing on first is Prescott. To the left and reeled in by Ferguson. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, take line, hey. 26.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Hey, kill. Hey, kill. 26.
Going with blue here. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Running clock adding a sense of urgency to these proceedings.
Gain of 2. Brings up 4th down and less than a yard.
Here we go, going to 54. Wide eight. Here we go, going to 53. Here we go, 46. 26.
On 4th down, Prescott's a throw. And he's caught. He's got Lamb. There it is. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I will. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
The kick is good.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cowboys grow their lead yet again.
7. Brendan Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Chooses to bring this one out. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Bucks to the line. First and 10. Irving on the inside give. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Offense up to the line fast.
It's a pickup of 3.
Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. Trying to push deep downfield. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he's going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers putting up points in a game decided. Mike Evans with the touchdown. Now this one has been a long game, no doubt. But hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Turpin with a return. Dallas getting everybody set. They've got first and 10.
Yeah! Here we go!
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
You call that jet sweep, you're looking for a little bit more than that. But at least it keeps them on schedule and didn't go backwards.
At the 23-yard line.
Need a better result than that last run. It's second and 8.
Yeah! We're going to 50. Wide 8. 26.
A third down run with Blue. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, and they take him down for a loss. So it's a win for the Cowboys. All right, Brock. 2 words for you as we wrap this one up. Mission accomplished. It's what you set out to do every week. Win the football game. And the guys did just that.
Yeah, and I think it was about confidence today. Right? It's one thing to think you can go get the job done. It's another thing to say you're going to get the job done. But when you actually have the experience of getting the job done, it just instills a ton of confidence for your team and in the building.